Hello fellow makeup lovers, how are you guys doing today? So I am pretty excited for this video because today I am going to be doing 3 looks with one palette using the Max Up the Makeup Cosmetics Flower Child palette. I'm not going to go too in depth on the palette because I am going to have a full review already up on my channel, and I will have it linked down below in case you want to hear all about the palette, all the details, all my thoughts on it, swatches, everything that you would want to know about the palette will be in the review. Hopefully, fingers crossed. I mean, I can't predict what everyone everywhere wants to know about the palette, but I can try and do my best, so that will already be up on my channel if you want to learn more about this. And I did want to go ahead and mention just really quickly that if you are interested in purchasing this, I do have an affiliate code with them, which is AMYLOVES, and it saves you 10% off. Just wanted to throw that in there so that you know. So I think that's everything I had to say. Now let's go ahead and jump on into all 3 looks. Alright, so for the first look, I'm going to go ahead and start off with the shade Fringe right here, which is that really beautiful light pink. And I'm just going to go ahead and throw that in my crease. And I'm going to build it up a little bit. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and take the orange, which is called Groovy. And I'm going to go ahead and put that a little bit further down in my crease. That shade did kind of overtake the pink, so I'm sure I'll go back in with that in just a moment, but I'm just gonna kind of build that up. Like I said, just going back in with some more Fringe over top of that because I really want you to be able to see the pink. And then going back in with a touch more Groovy. Alright, now I'm going to go into this red shade right here called Vintage. And I'm going to place that shade on my outer V. And just blend it in. I'm going to go in with my previous brush and just blend out the edge of that red. And then just going back with my first fluffy brush and blending. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and use a light pink base to cut my crease. Alright, so this is probably going to shock some of you. It even shocked me, but today I'm going to do a mostly matte eye, so I'm going to go ahead and take the shade Fringe to start off with. And I'm going to use that to set the inner third of my lid. Now I'm going to go ahead and take this pink shade here called Psychedelic Summer, and I'm going to put this onto the middle of the lid. I'm kind of just placing the shadows right now, but I will go back in and blend them together. And now I'm going to go back in with some more of the red shade Vintage, and I'm going to pack that on the outer V. I'm just going to place that here. I am going to go in with my blending brush for the outer V. Alright, so now I'm just going to go back and forth between the different shades and just kind of tap them together. Okay, so I guess I could technically leave it like this, but for some reason I'm just so weird about full matte eyes and like the way it looks. I don't know. I think I'm gonna go ahead and take the Profusion sparkling eyeliner, and I'm not sure if this has a shade or anything, but it's just a silver, and I think I'm gonna go through and like do like my cut crease with glitter. This was supposed to be a super simple look, but here I am. I kind of want to go ahead and do like black liner like on like the outer half, and then have like the silver on the bottom going into the black. I think that would be really pretty. I'm going to use Potion from the Certified Destiny palette. Just you can use any black that you have if you are creating this. And I'm just going to create a line. Oh, I should have tapped off my brush. I just got so much fallout, it's not even funny. Honestly, if this doesn't explain the hooded eye struggle, I don't know what will. It's like looking straight forward, you see nothing, and then bam. Nothing, bam. I'm going to go ahead and take the palette and do the exact same color scheme on the bottom. I'm going to go from this pink to this pink to this red. I'm just going to go ahead and take a black liner and I'm going to do my waterline. Just going to throw on some mascara real quick. I'm going to go ahead and highlight my inner corner with Daisy Girl. You can totally stop there and I think it is absolutely beautiful, but I did buy some pigments from Peaches and Cream and I really want to make sure that I'm using them. So I'm going to go ahead and use some glitter glue from NYX and the Peaches and Cream pigment in the shade Pixie. Peaches and Cream pigment in the shade Pixie. I can't really show it to you guys very well, but you can kind of see it's like a iridescent pink. It's a white with like a pink reflect. I think I used too much glitter glue. Oops. Oh my goodness. Holy crap. That is like another level. Did you guys just die? Because I just died a little. I honestly can't remember if I did this in my first impression video or not, but I'm going to go ahead and take the shade Daisy Chain and I'm going to highlight with that. Knowing me, I probably did. I love using eyeshadow as highlight. I feel like I want to add a little bit more blush to this look, and I was just thinking that Fringe would probably be a nice blush shade, so I'm just going to pick up just a tiny bit and throw it on the apples of my cheeks. I think Daisy Chain gives such a beautiful highlight, but I do want to go ahead and add just a touch of the Sweetest Bling from Wet n Wild just on like the very top of my cheekbone for like a little extra. Yeah, just right there. And that's it. Actually a little on my nose. Probably should have stuck to the natural highlight because I'm breaking out, but whatever. Do what I want. Okay, so to finish off this look, I'm going to go ahead and take the Amy Hearts Beauty liquid lipstick in the shade EXO. Okay, so this is the first look completed using the Flower Child palette, and I love how it turned out. I definitely, I was like, ooh, I'm going to do some pink and some warm tones, and I'm going to do a super quick, easy look. And here we are, like a full hour and a half later with like pigment and glitter and like, who am I with this bold lip and bold eyes? Like, that's not my style, but I love this pink liquid lipstick, and I told myself I was going to pull it out again. So here we are. I'm kind of living for the monochromatic vibes. I feel like I could even add more pink blush to this, but hopefully you guys enjoy the look. So let's go ahead and jump on into look number 2. I am super excited for today's look because I'm going to be focusing on the blues and greens. So I'm going to go ahead and start off with the shade Paisley right here. Just taking that on like a medium size fluffy brush, and I'm going to go ahead and put that directly into my crease. And then blend upwards. I am going to bring this shade a little higher than normal just because I want to do like a really dramatic cut crease. Before I go any further, I'm going to take a smaller fluffy brush and I'm just going to lightly fluff it along like the just little part of my lower lash line right here. And I'm going to make sure that the lower lash line and my outer V connect. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and take this beautiful shade called Thrifting, and I'm going to go ahead and place that in my outer V to start off with. And then I'm going to go ahead and bring it through my crease a little bit. I'm also going to go ahead and take that same shade along the lower lash line, very, very close to my lashes. I will blend the lower lash line out in a little bit, but real quick I'm just going to go back with a touch more of Paisley, that light blue, and just buff it over the edges. And then going in with Paisley. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and cut my crease with a light blue base. You could just use whatever primer you normally use because these shadows are pretty pigmented, but I did buy these, so I am obviously wanting to use them more and incorporate them in more looks, so I figured I would go ahead and use the light blue today. I was requested to do like a super dramatic, really high up cut crease. Not really sure how that's going to go. I actually went ahead and picked out like this gigantic brush, so maybe, you know, maybe that'll help out. We'll see. It might be an entire hot mess, but I just figured I would go ahead and try it out today. So I'm probably just gonna, you know, fast forward because I take forever to cut my crease, but that's what I'm doing. Not really sure how I feel about that, but I'm going to go into this light minty shade called Festival, and I'm going to put that on the inner part of my lid. Okay, now I'm going to go into the beautiful green shade right here called Hippy Dippy, and I'm going to fill in the rest of my lid with that. I'm just gonna like gently tap between the two shades so that they blend together. I really want to pop that neon Hippy Dippy green shade along the lower lash line as well, so I'm just gonna pop a little bit right here. Before I move back into the matte shades, I'm gonna go in with a little bit more of the shade Festival, and I'm going to wet my brush just to see if we can make it a little bit more intense. Yeah, I don't think spraying the brush made that much of a difference. Alright, now I'm going to go back in with some more of Thrifting, and I'm going to deepen up the outer V. Alright, I'm going in with my previous fluffy brush and just going to slightly blend that area right there. Taking a little bit more of Thrifting along the lower lash line. I'm actually going to go ahead and add just a touch more of Thrifting on the outer V. Alright, now for something a little bit different, I'm actually going to go ahead and take some more of Thrifting. I don't even know why I'm showing it to you because I just keep using it. And I'm going to actually like line my eyes with that, like do like my liner on top and make it a little something different. I don't know what it is about this palette, but it's kind of, you know, making me want to do things outside my comfort zone, and I'm just loving the color story. I'm going to go ahead and use ColourPop Prance in my waterline for something fun. Alright, really quick off camera, I'm going to go ahead and add some lashes and some mascara, and I will be right back. Alright, so if you know me at all, you know that this look is missing one very important thing, and that is a super popping inner corner highlight. So I'm going to go ahead and be a little bit extra. I'm going to use a few different products, but I'm going to start off with the Synopsis Pressed Highlighter from JD Glow Cosmetics. And I'm going to pop that on my inner corner. Oh man. I'm going to take just a touch of that along my, underneath my brow bone here, which is just going to look like, oh, like just a sparkly top coat, which I'm kind of here for. Then over top of that, to give more of a green reflect, I'm going to go into my NYX Glitter Primer and the Peaches and Cream Mermaids pigment. So just tapping the primer on and adding Mermaids. Alright, now for highlighter, I'm going to go ahead and start off with Fenty Beauty Metal Moon, and I'm going to apply that to my cheekbones. I'm using this first because it is like a more natural highlighter, so it's going to give me a little bit of a glow. It actually looks kind of ashy on my skin right now because I guess the blush, the way it's mixing in, but I'm just going to go ahead and add that on. And then on top of that, I'm going to go back into JD Glow Synopsis, and I'm just going to put that on like the highest point of my cheekbone. It is super glittery, so I just want to add like a little bit of a topper, but not all over. I actually have a bruised lip right here because this morning Roman was laying in bed with me. He was watching cartoons. I was catching a few extra Z's, and he decided to go ahead and hit me in the face with his sippy cup. So that was fun. Last but not least, I'm going to finish off with lips, and I'm going to use the Canon Cosmetics lip cream in the shade Creme Brulee. That formula is already pretty glossy, but I'm just feeling a super, super glossy lip. So I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit of Fenty Beauty Diamond Milk. I'm actually going to like just use my finger on the tip and just apply that over top. Alright guys, so this is the finished second look, and oh my gosh, look at that synopsis highlighter. Like, I am living. Whew. So I love how the entire look turned out. I feel like this is such a fun, bold eye and super, super dramatic. Not sure, I feel like my cut creases are not like completely symmetric, but that's fine. You live and you learn, and I do kind of like it going up super high. It is very, very intense, and I feel like these metallic shades are more on like the satin side. They're not like super like bam. So I think if I were to do this type of cut crease with a really, really metallic glittery type of shadow, it would be really beautiful. So I'll have to try and do this, you know, higher up cut crease again. So now let's go ahead and jump on into look number 3. Alright, for today's look, I'm going to go ahead and start off with this shade right here called Fringe. And I'm just going to go ahead and throw that in my crease. Just kind of dusting that all over, not being too precise. And then I'm going in with a second layer and building it up just a little bit lower down. Alright, next I'm going to go ahead and take this shade here called Psychedelic Summer. And I'm going to put that in the inner half of my crease. And I'm just going to focus it right here. I'll maybe blend it just a little bit to the outside, just kind of flicking it so it adds a little bit of color but not too much. And then I'm going to focus on blending upwards, which, you know, it blends really easily. So I'm just going back in with some more and just going to build that up until I have a nice super bright pink shade. I'm just going back in with the previous brush and really quickly just blending the edge. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and take this blue called Paisley, and from the moment I saw this palette, I just love pink and blue together. I feel like it's such an unexpected but beautiful combination, so I wanted to go ahead and do that combo today. So I'm just taking Paisley on the outer V to start off with. Oh, I did get some fallout. I didn't tap my brush off though, that's my fault. And I'm going to concentrate the color on the outer V and then kind of blend it inwards, but I'm just gonna build this up slowly. I feel like I definitely have done quite a few looks similar to this in the past, like the pink and the blue, but it won't be exactly the same. I'm gonna go back in with the brush that I used for the pink and just like lightly again just buffing between that little edge right there. It is going to turn just a little bit purple, but I think it looks kind of pretty. And then just taking my fluffy brush and blending. I was going to cut my crease today, but now I think I'm not going to, just because I realized I cut my crease in the last 2 looks and I want to have some level of diversity between the different looks, especially in the same video. So you could cut your crease if you were following along with this and wanted to make it more dramatic, but I'm just going to go ahead and go into Daisy Chain, the light pink shade, and I'm going to apply that to the inner half of my lid. I'm going back in with my pink blending brush and just lightly going over the edge. Now I'm going to go ahead and take this shade right here called Festival, and I'm going to put that on the outer half of my lid. Going back in with the light pink again, Daisy Chain, and I'm just going to tap that over the middle right here. I'm going to go back in with the brush that I used for the blue and just lightly blend over the edge again. For the lower lash line today, I'm going to start off with this teal shade called Thrifting, and I'm going to put that on like the outer third of the lower lash line. And then to complete the lower lash line, I want to go in with Hippy Dippy, and I want to use this pretty heavily. I'm going to go ahead and pop this right here. I really loaded up my brush. And then just adding a little bit more of Thrifting. I'm going to go ahead and add the teaspoon liner from ColourPop into my waterline. Really quickly off camera, I'm going to go ahead and add some mascara and lashes, and I'll be right back. This look is actually giving me life. I love how this is turning out. I want to do a really intense blushing highlighting cheek. I just feel like something about that will really go well with this. So I decided to go ahead and pull out my BH Cosmetics Duo Light Highlight Palette, and I'm going to start off with this shade right here called Double Whammy, which is like a beautiful like pinky golden duochrome, and this has a very strong pink base to it, so I'm going to kind of blend that back onto my cheeks a little bit, and then I'll top it off with this pink right here called Top Notch. If you have not tried this highlighter palette, it is amazing. Like, it is so underrated, and the only shade I don't like is this one right here. This shade is dry, but the other ones are like so like buttery smooth. I just love this highlighter palette. Like, look at those. So yeah, I really want to use that today. All right, so starting off with Double Whammy, just gonna go ahead and put that on like the highest point of my cheekbone and blend it backwards. Kind of has like a greeny gold shift to it. You can see whenever I'm turned to the side, the highlighter looks beautiful. It just looks like a regular highlighter, but then when you face towards the front, you have that beautiful, like, just super intense pink blushing shade, which I don't know, I'm kind of into. Ooh, I went extra heavy on that side. Oops. Like, this like gives me like Natasha Nona vibes in one product instead of like 6. It's fine, it's just a really blushing moment. So like I said, I'm going to go into the lighter pink shade as well, just on like a little fluffy brush, and just dab just a touch of that on like the top of cheekbone. I feel like I've got a pretty bold eye, a pretty bold cheek, so I'm going to go ahead and do a nice nude lip combo. I'm going to take the Conjure Cosmetics lipstick in the shade To Hue From Me, which is a really pretty nude shade for my skin tone, and then I'm going to top it off with the Pixi x Chloe Morello Cake Lip Icing. Alright guys, so this is the final look using the Flower Child palette, and I really love how this look turned out. This one is actually most definitely my favorite. I know it's so simplistic compared to the other 2 looks that I did, but I just feel like this is my vibes right now. It's super simple, but still colorful and fun, and like I would wear this out of the house in 2 seconds. Like, this is my kind of like Walmart run kind of look. So well, maybe not the lashes, minus the lashes. I don't wear lashes as often just because I don't really have time to apply them, but overall this look is my favorite. So I would love to hear which look you guys like the best, and I will hopefully see you in the next video. Bye.